The more I sit back and I think about FBA's claim to Native American heritage and lineage, the more ridiculous it starts to sound. Because it's one of those things that sounds cool when you first hear it, you know what I'm saying? You see a couple of AI generated photos, so you're like, all right, cool. Until you realize the first people in the Americas were actually Asians that crossed over the Bering Strait, aka the Ice Bridge, over 15,000 years ago. Archaeology, DNA, and language already proved this. And it wasn't until after slavery that the Africans and the natives actually started mixing, intermarrying, and actually started building communities together. Specifically with the Seminoles and the Cherokee. That's why a big population of African Americans' grandparents and great-grandparents have heavy Native American genes. That's only partial because the base of them is actually still African. Like even me specifically, for an example. My dad's side of the family is mixed heavily with Blackfoot Indians. But over time, that mixing of the two cultures and shared struggle created oral traditions that make us sound like we've always been one people. Now, somewhere along the way in FBA ideology, them attaining this knowledge and research, just like the Europeans they claim to hate, took this information and decided to perverse it, twist it, and manipulate it to make it seem like they, FBAs, African Americans, have always been here in America, that we are the original people that inhabited the Americas, and that we have no ties and lineage to the African continent. In order to undermine the experiences that African people have in America as black people in comparison to them. Try to do this by diverging, disassociation. But African Americans are not the original inhabitants of North America. If you just go and do your research and just read up on a couple things, you will understand the correlation between Native Americans and African slaves at that time. On my unprofessional opinion, I think that this conversation about FBAs feeling like they're Native Americans needs to be discussed and come from a place of actual logic, actual education, and scientific proof. Also should be had in the realm of unity, because that's what this conversation really is about. Us unifying with Native Americans, just like us unifying with Africans, us unifying with Caribbeans, has helped push the overall civil rights and unity for all black people and other minority groups here in America. Black people will not have the privileges. African American people will not have the things that we have in America if it wasn't for the partially added efforts from Native Americans, Mexican Americans, African immigrants, and Caribbean immigrants. Our progress as African Americans can only come through unification. That is it. That is all. Claiming that you guys are the natives of a land in which you are the minority group of, claiming that you are natives in a country in which you only make up 13% of the population is illogical and ignorant. We need to emphasize unity, not division.